Around this time of year, in 2004, I was racing for an elite amateur team in the south of France, and in the privileged position of being able to train and race full time. Approaching my final 2 seasons as an Espoir rider, that's a rider under 23, I was looking for every opportunity to improve, needing some breakthrough performances to have any chance of turning pro. With this in mind, and knowing that I'd soon be contacted by my Director Sportif asking what frame size I required for next season's bike, I decided to take a new approach. Previously, I'd take a guess at the frame size I needed based on the manufacturer's geometry chart, if it was available, wait to see what bike turned up, hoping it was the one I requested, grab my Allen key, set the saddle high, slam my stem, because everyone knows that only amateurs use headset spacers, right? Well, this time I decided to take a more measured approach and booked a professional bike fit with CycleFit. I hadn't been particularly unhappy with my position on the bike before, but I wanted to make sure I'd be getting the most out of myself and the bike. The first thing that struck me about CycleFit's philosophy was that they aim to fit the bike to me, not me to the bike, taking into account my range of motion, flexibility, riding style, as opposed to just an arbitrary set of limb length measurements or formula. One of the strengths of using a fitting jig was that we were able to find my optimum riding position even before my team bike arrived. We made a few changes to my initial position, but the 2 most notable improvements came from the advice on posture that I was given, and the way we improved the interface between my foot and the pedal. New shoes, custom foot beds and wedges were recommended, and these completely transformed the interface between my shoe and the pedal. Until then, I'd always accepted that one foot felt more connected and stable than the other, particularly when I started to get tired. However, once we stabilised my foot using the appropriate arch support, wedges and improved cleat positioning, I had an immediate sense of being more efficient, comfortable, and felt a more direct sense of connection with the pedal. Similarly, my improved posture on the bike meant that my pelvis was more stable, particularly as the intensity of my effort started to increase. I felt better able to engage my muscles, and when I returned to France and repeated my 6-weekly fitness test, I found that my threshold power had improved by about 30 watts, despite the fact that I'd only been doing low intensity base training. Now, there were likely a number of other intervening factors in this result, but there's no doubt that I was much more stable and high intensity efforts felt smoother and more efficient than before. Finally, the little niggles that I had, the stiff neck and numb toes that I'd simply accepted as part of riding a bike, had gone. This was particularly helpful leading into my winter training, because at the end of long training rides, my discomfort, I knew now, was a consequence of my training load rather than from a poorly fitted bike, and getting the bike fit early meant that I had time to adapt to this new position before the new season came along. Unfortunately, my dreams of a contract with a top team on the continent never materialised. However, 8 years on from my morning spent on the CycleFit fitting bike, I now have my own bike shop, Stephen James Cycles. We're part of the CycleFit network, so I'm delighted to be able to offer our customers the same high level of bike fitting service that I enjoyed whilst I was racing. But it's now available whatever level you're riding at. So from being fitted to doing the fitting, my belief in the potential for bike fitting to enhance the rider's enjoyment of cycling, as well as their performance, has only increased, as we've seen countless customers experience more comfort, improved efficiency, better bike handling, or simply the confidence that their bike is set up in the most appropriate way for them. Thanks for listening to a bit of my story, and whether you're knocking on the door of a professional cycling career or simply just want to spend your Sunday rides feeling more comfortable and confident, we look forward to helping you to achieve your objectives and enjoy cycling more.